What's up, folks? Today we're going to be talking about how to create a headphone mix inside of Ableton Live. Now, this can be done several different ways. One with a multi-output interface, and another if you just have a regular interface, like with two channels, like most people have. And I'm going to show you both ways that you can accomplish this, no matter what type of interface you have. And this method that I like to use, and I've used for several years to create individual mixes for either multiple band members or just like a two-piece, three-piece situation where we all hear and share the same mix. All right, so this can be done very, very easy. I got my tracks loaded up here, but now I'm going to create my mixes, and I'm going to insert a couple of return tracks. So we're going to talk about if you just have one, just a two-channel interface, and this is how I would set it up if I just had a two-channel. So one of these return tracks I'm going to call Headphone Mix, and the other one I'm going to call House Mix, right? And so one of these is going to go, one of these sets of sends is going to go to the house, and the other one is going to go to our ears or our headphones or what have you. So what I'm going to do is select all of these tracks over here, and where it says audio 2, I'm going to change it to where it says sends only. So I'm only going to be getting audio going to the sends, where I use these little sends down here, these little A and B, yada, yada, yada. So, because if I press play now, I got audio jumping, but nothing's coming out of my master, and I don't want for it to come out of my master. I want it to go, I want to route the audio to the sends and then send the audio of the sends where they need to go. So over on the return tracks, I'm going to, where it says audio 2, I'm going to choose external out or EXT out on both. And for this, cause I'm going to choose outputs 3 and 4. This is basically how I have my video routed, how I have my audio for my video routed. So now, if I go over here to where my click and cues are, we obviously want click and cues to go to the headphone mix. We don't want that going out into the, congregation. So I'm going to turn A up, because send A is headphone mix. So I'm going to turn A all the way up. So now you'll hear
intro 2, 3,
click and cues
4.
coming out of 3, out of that side. And then we'll take all of the other instruments and we'll bring those up as well, but we won't make them as loud as the click and cues, because from a band standpoint, you want your click and cues to be louder in your ears than the actual tracks are.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
So there's my mix right there for that. So now we'll create the house mix, which will be a mixture of all of the other tracks, where we'll just select that and we'll just turn it all. We'll select all of these tracks. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that up on B. We'll turn all of these up on B, and then I'll solo just this side here. And that's what the house would hear. You see what I'm saying? While the band is hearing this. So that's the simple way you can set it up if you have a single, small regular interface with two channels, and you just want to set everything up with two channels. Now, there's other ways you can do it, but that's the optimal way I like to do it. Now, if I have a multi-output interface, I would do the exact same thing. The only difference is, like, I may use like 3, 4, so I can make sure that I get good stereo mix for the headphone mix, and I may use like 5, 6, which you guys won't hear it, as my regular mix or what have you for the house.
Intro 2.
So you'll hear
3,
all of that kind of
4.
coming in stereo there, while that's going out to the house. So you can kind of see that. Now, the benefit of having a multiple output interface with multiple outs, you can create more mixes. So like I could easily jump in here and create, let's just say we got like a 4-piece band situation, right? I can create everybody a mix. This could be drummer. This could be bass. This could be organ. and this could be guitar. And then what I would do is use the same thing, external outs on all of these. But what I would do then is give everybody a different, you know, set of outputs. So now, you know, so on and so forth. You can kind of see how I have it routed. And then we can use our sends to create those mixes. So we know that send E is the house mix, but I'm gonna send B, C, and D to the ear so everybody gets click and cues except for the house. And then you can create and craft everybody else's mixes. Maybe this person doesn't want to hear guitars. The guitar player doesn't really want to have the guitar players, the guitars in his ears, but he wants keys and all of those other things. So you can go and adjust those sends, you know, based on what that individual wants in his ears. So that's kind of the way that I like to set up headphone mixes inside of Ableton. I think this is the most efficient way to kind of do it. Feel free, if you got any questions, to drop them down in the comments. We love to answer those. And even if it's a different way that you set it up, I want to hear the way that you do it. Drop that in the comments as well. Feel free to you know, message us or anything like that with any other questions and things that you would like to know, you know, on these segments that we do. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Talk to you on the next video. I'm out. Holla at your boy.